Well, guys, I did it again. I don't know how. I really don't know how. But somehow my complete episode 34 that I'd filmed and rendered and edited, and I was really happy with it. Blah blah blah. Somehow it went missing. So basically, I missed a little bit of content from it. Basically, there was the quest chain that I did with Molyneux. I've lost. And I've lost the footage I filmed at Fort Aspenwood, which we are about to do here. So I'm filming this later on, so it's going to be a little bit out of place. And because I've already completed the Molyneux quests on this character, you're kind of going to be seeing those quests on a different one. Really sorry about that, but I don't know. I'm baffled, but there you go. That's what happened. So here's episode 34, everyone. Once again, we're here at Fort Aspenwood, and we're going to start a battle. You can see this is the fort here. Our objective is to defend a man called Master Architect Gunther, who's near this big weapon here, which kind of looks like a magical instrument, which is quite fitting for the Kurzicks, I guess, because a lot of them are musicians and stuff. So, and here the Luxons are going to be attacking. You can see one of their giant ships, one of their land ships. You can see that they've built there. Has sort of parked up, and you can see some of their shrines in the distance, and they're going to be running across these fields and trying to get to Gunther over there. So we have to kill him. We have to stop them. So yeah, let's enter the battle. Okay, so here we go, Fort Aspenwood. Took me quite a while to get into a game there. Okay, so you can see we're here. This is a little bit like the Jade Quarry in that there's another teleporter that everyone goes through. And that teleporter takes you out sort of into the middle of the fort. This area here is kind of the inner sanctum. This is where the Luxons are trying to break through to kill Gunther. That's their main goal. If they can kill Gunther before God's Vengeance, this bar here, fully charges, then they win. But to do that, they're going to have to get through all these gates. You can see we've got two purple gates and two orange gates, sorry. And then when they finally do get in here, they've got two monks to deal with, Gatekeeper Polsky and Radik. If we speak to them, they say, Peter Redhill, thank the gods that you've come. Listen, if you can bring me some amber, I can transport more troops to the gates on this side of the fort, and perhaps we can win this battle. And Radik says, God's willing, we will hold our position and prevent those barbarians from gaining any more ground. You can help by bringing me amber pieces so that I can transport more troops to the gates on this side of the fort. So, out the front of the fort, you've got a raw amber mine. Yes, I know, teammates, don't worry. Oh, I'm such a bad teammate. Yeah, so on the outside of the fort you've got some raw amber mines, and if you grab the amber and take it all the way back, you can choose whether you want to rebuild these gates, because these the Luxons are going to be breaking down. And depending on who you talk to, you can rebuild. And then Gunther himself says, you are curious about this project I'm working on. I call this little creation God's Vengeance, for when it is finished, it will rain down destruction upon our enemies. It is almost complete now, but I require some amber to help power it up. If you can collect some, I'm sure it will help me complete my weapon faster. So you get a choice. You can either try and rebuild the gates, or speak to Gunther and charge the bar a little bit quicker. So that's the weapon itself, with this crazy kind of gargoyle on it. Anyway, so I'm going to stop being a bad teammate now before people quit. If we go through the teleporter, that takes us right into the middle, and we get another choice, left or right. Most people at the start of these games go to the left. I won't dwell too much on the mechanics here, because just like with all the other ones, I just want to give a brief overview. Okay, and hopefully I can get some amber before they kill our NPCs. When the NPCs die, the allegiance of the shrine changes from Kurzick to Luxon, Kurzick to Luxon. So that's kind of another battle that's going to be going on. Oh, they crippled me, son of a bitch. Go. I'm blocked. Oh, trust me to get blocked. Oh, wow, okay, that monk's quite good. She deliberately blocked me in. What a bitch. Okay, I will cut it until we manage to get some amber or something. Wow. Okay, see you in a minute. See, now, if I didn't spend all that time yakking at the start... Oh my god, look at all these amber chunks this guy's got. What is he doing? Just grab one and run. Grab one and run! Oh. Okay. So, the Luxons are also attacking us with siege turtles, you can see here. And you can try and cut off their siege turtles at the source if you're Kurzicks, as we heard in that cutscene. If you try and run all the way back out into their territory, but usually that's quite risky, since you get quite a lot of Luxon NPCs you've got to kill. Okay, so you can see the gate's shut; it's not been blown open. So how do we get through? You click the gate lock, and that will open it. But only the Kurzicks can use the locks, and then you touch the lock again. So you can see all of the gates have been broken. This isn't very good for us. And we just rebuilt the orange one. So that's basically how this all works. can see we've got a nice Juggernaut ally here as well. Last time I filmed this episode, it was absolutely amazing at the end. It was like God's Vengeance was literally so close to completing. There were Luxons everywhere. All the gatekeepers were dying. There was a massive battle going on in the inner sanctum, and then the Luxons won right at the last minute. It was brilliant. That's why I'm so annoyed that I lost all that footage. I can't believe it. So here you can see that this is Luxon owned. Now, as long as no real players come and interfere, I will be able to take over this shrine by killing these Luxon longbows, and then we can grab some amber. There you go. Now we can grab some amber and keep going. You can see I barely had any health left. My build's not that good. I just kind of slapped whatever skills on there that I could, really. Peter's not got, as you all know, he's not got access to very many skills. But because it's such casual PvP, I figure, what the hell. Doesn't really matter. This doesn't look good. All of the gates are broke already. Not good at all. Anyway, yeah, guys, I'm going to cut it and see where we get to. Fuck! Stop knocking me down! Ah! Yeah, seen a bit. This doesn't look good though. Okay, so I just quickly wanted to show you guys the dialogue when you give amber to the different people. If you give it to Gunther, he says, "Excellent, you have brought me amber. This is good, but my weapon requires even more of it." Will you get more? Yeah. His dialogue there reminds me a little bit of Waka from Final Fantasy X. And giving it to Poletsky, he says, "Dwayna's blessings upon you, Peter. This amber is just what I need to transport more of our troops." And I believe we've already seen what Radek says. Just in case we didn't read it, Radek says, "This amber is an omen of our success. I'll bring in more troops now." Okay, so I played a few games trying to get the same kind of situation I had before. Radix just died. They've broken all into the middle. You can see all of the gates are broken. And this is basically at the final battle. I think they're well, no, they're definitely going to win. Both of the gatekeepers are down. Gunther's almost out. So yeah, I never managed to get what happened before. So sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so this is Fort Aspenwood, basically. I'm sure Gunther's about to die. He's got shitloads of them on him. Oh wow. But it looks like we've got a few monks trying to keep him alive nonetheless. He's still hanging in there. There we go, he's fallen. Okay, there we go, defeat. So, there we go, that was Fort Aspenwood. We're going to go out and see Molyneux now. And do his quests. And then I'll cut you guys back to the footage which we saw, which I filmed before, sorry, as the original part of the episode. So yeah, Molyneux, he's that dredge. For anyone who maybe didn't see the previous episode, he's a dredge just out the front, but he's not trying to kill us. We don't know quite who the dredge are. We've seen that they're about, and they're obviously very hostile, but we don't know why, so we're going to have a little chat. Now, I don't remember who I spoke to before either, so I might start repeating myself, but there we go. Professor Guy says, "I have heard anecdotes of the Kurzick skill with speech and theory. It is truly magnificent to correspond with people of my own intellectual caliber." So let's get the Tyrian team, shall we? Sin says, "I should ask Menlo if he has any old acquaintances among the Kurzicks." See, and last time I read that I got deja vu, so I really could be repeating myself. I can't remember. Aiden says, "The Kurzicks are a beautiful people with their ability to bring colour and beauty where there was nothing but grey stone. I would like to have seen these forests before Shiro's whale froze them." Okay, and Devonna and Eve. We got Niga here, a long descendant of Vizu. "I have never been outside of Kaineng City. Did you see that giant tree with all the windows? You should really look up more often, otherwise you might miss something." I'm not going to add her though, because I don't know. Oh, and here's Lucas. Did we speak to Lucas before? Can you believe that Danika still... Yes, we definitely did read that before. Okay, and let's get Sheena and Brutus, just because I love these guys. Snarf, snarf. Okay, cool. So let's run on out, shall we? And see Molyneux. Okay, so we're out in the Ferndale. Do you remember this was the area we were coming to, and there was this truffle collector down here who liked pre-digested truffles. And I know some of you guys don't like first person like I'm doing here, but just so that it's not too jarring to see me on a completely alien or that kind of character, I've decided to sort of play first person with no skill bar. You don't know who I am, what are my skills, what profession am I? It's a big mystery. Ooh, okay, so here's Molyneux. There's loads of dredge around here, I do believe. Yeah, there's some right there. Let's tell our friends to go kill them while we're talking to Molyneux. And yeah, so who is he? He looks pretty cool. I love this spike thing that the Dredge get. They're kind of like mole people. I am not sure what that glowing light inside his spike is meant to be. If anyone has any ideas on that, feel free to share. And like I said before, these guys are quite big in Guild Wars too, so let's see what's going on. You won't attack me, will you? I do not mean you any harm, I just need someone to help. My people fight a great underground war against the Stone Summit dwarves in the Shiver Peaks, far to the north, I think. But some of my clan decided to escape the only way we knew how, by digging a tunnel to the other side of the world. So, to the people who have seen the previous series, the Stone Summit we've met, and we know that they're big slave masters. I mean, we always saw them riding around on giant beasts that they were chained up against their will and stuff, but we never met the Dredge. One of the only areas in all of the first campaign that I never went to was a sort of an underground place underneath the southern Shiver Peaks, and all the Stone Summit are really big there, and they have enslaved the Dredge up there, who we could have met, and they've been enslaved and forced to be diggers basically. So these Dredge have decided that they didn't want that life, and they've come here to the Echovald. So that's why we could have met them before, but we haven't. So some of my clan decided to escape the only way we knew how, by digging a tunnel to the other side of the world. So that's one hell of a long tunnel. And now we are here, safe from the dwarves it seems. But these forests are strange to us. There are creatures that do not want to enslave us, no, but they want us dead. Humans called Kurzicks, I think, tried to kill us for encroaching on their territory. Please help us, I beg you. Help me reach this Count Heltzer I have heard the humans mention. I think he is one of their leaders. If he knew of our plight, surely his people would not hunt us like animals. I will plead your cause with the Count for freedom. Okay, so this quest is very simple. You just go straight back to House Heltzer. So let's do that. Okay, so this is a very simple quest, and it's the first of 3. So this one we literally just speak to the Count and then go back to Molyneux. And we're going to do the first 2 in that chain, and then we're going to do we're going to read the 3rd, but we're not actually going to do it. So here's the Count. This quest is called Envoy of the Dredge. He says, what? These monstrous intruders want peace after striking out at our patrols? Perhaps the creatures have convinced you they acted in self-defense, but I must rely on the words of our trusted field officers, and they themselves claim self-defense. Whatever your friend says, his people have already made an enemy of the Kurzicks. That is the answer you may deliver. If these creatures want only to survive, they can do it wherever they came from. Wow, so Count Heltzer's a bit of a dick, really. Not very trusting. Or maybe I'm just too trusting. Okay, so I'll cut it till we get back, since we've literally just seen the walk. Okay, Molyneux, we've got some bad news, sorry. So these Kurzicks refuse to hear reason, do they? I had hoped that we could avoid further conflict, but I am only one Dredge. Though our appeals for peace were met with scorn, I will still try to convince my people to stop attacking the Kurzicks. Perhaps in time the humans will see that we are not a threat, or perhaps we are doomed. There are far more of them, to be sure. We are not monsters, and we repay your kindness with this. Thank you very much. So he says, it's good to see you again, mystery character. Dun dun dun. He says, we are far worse off than before, though I've convinced many to withdraw from contact with the Kurzicks. We had thought to take this ruin as our home, at least for a while, but these creatures called wardens will not give us a moment's peace. And so more of my people die. I really cannot take much more of this. None of us can. Please, destroy the wardens before they destroy our dream of freedom. Cheer up, friend, I'll take care of them. Okay, so, the decline dialogue was it really so bad back in the Shiver Peaks? Okay, so, the Dredge of... Whoa, okay, thanks very much. So, he's talking to me, I'm trying to help you guys, and you all decide to teleport and try and kill me. Yeah, so the Dredge have decided to move into another old abandoned ruin. Out here in the Echovald Forest, but this one was built by the Wardens. Whether that means that it's the same as the Altrumm Ruins, whether that means the Altrumm Ruins was built by the Wardens or what, I don't know. But if we press U, we can see that it's quite far away. It's down here, closest from House Heltzer. So I'll see you guys when I'm back out here, which we saw in the previous episode. So see you in a sec. Okay, so here we are. We're back out in the Ferndale. There's a shrine here, and this guy with this quest, which we will be doing soon enough. And we want to be going south. Lots of mantids around here. Last time you remember we went sort of under this big building in the tree through that kind of temple area. Oh, they found us. Damn. Okay, well, we'll kill those. This time, however, we're going to be taking a right. I'll speed it up until we get to the temple, everyone. Okay, so here's the temple. It's the one that we saw from a distance before with the big beam of light. The quest is literally, we even get a resurrection shrine near us, which is excellent. The quest is literally just to kick the asses of all of the wardens that are in the area. I really have no idea what this temple is all about, or why it seems to be a load of arches surrounding one pillar in the middle. No idea. But yeah, so I'll cut it while we kill all of these wardens, and then we can go see Molyneux again. Okay, so there we go, that was the last of them. Let's go back. Alright, okay, so here we are, we're back near Molyneux. And let's see what he has to say. So, you've got your temple back, buddy. You have the thanks of my clan. It is good to know that honourable humans still exist in this place. You see, he says a clan. I don't think that the Dredge clans are quite as big as the Luxon clans. You know how they've got the three, the crab, the serpent, and the turtle. But they do seem to have quite a lot of clans, you know, maybe 20 to 30 Dredge. That's just my impression. I don't think it's ever been explicitly stated anywhere. There we go. Okay, so this is the last quest. We'll read the description, but there's nothing else really to this quest as far as the story goes outside of this original description. So he says, more trouble, and so I must ask you for your assistance yet again. My people have never been quick to anger, but given time, their thirst for justice can be fierce. Our recent plight has finally driven a small group of my clan to advocate war, all-out war against the Kurzicks. Their leader is a bold, angry dredge named Maximal. He lost his family during our long escape, and I believe he wants to simply die in battle. But he wishes to drag down all of our people with him. There is only one way out. If you will eliminate Maximal, the others will see why we should avoid the Kurzicks rather than fight them. Will you help me? When it is over, the others will understand. I will see to it. So you can see here he talks about how his people have never been quick to anger. The Dredge are a really kind of peaceful race. And I think that's a big reason why most of the time whenever we see these guys, they're being oppressed in some way. And I think it's because they are quite peaceful. But when they do anger, they are quite deadly. So yeah, it seems that their whole race is kind of based loosely on the Soviet Union. So yeah, a little bit of trivia there for you. A lot of the stories revolving around them and their names seem to be based on that. Okay, so that's a nice little introduction to the Dredge for you guys. That was everything that I missed on the original episode. Again, I am really sorry that happened. I don't know. And now I'm going to take you straight into the original footage from the original version of episode 34. And we'll be going back to House Heltzer and seeing about getting some quests to take us much deeper into the forest. A very scary looking forest. So yeah, I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so we're looking for an NPC called Jun, or John. I believe she's just down these stairs here. Yeah, there we go. With these guys. Oh, another collector. Did we ever speak to Master Architect Wright? I don't believe we did we? The Heltzers have built most of what you see here. For ages we have taken great pains and spared no expense to enchant the buildings and monuments throughout the Echovald Forest. Since the coming of the Jade Wind, some of these structures have become corrupted. The once beneficial protections now turn against us. I am gathering evidence to study why these enchantments have failed us, and I could really use some assistance. In exchange for 5 carvings, I'll give you. So, a bit interesting on that architecture. They're failing now because, as I said earlier, there is life slowly, apparently quite slowly, returning to the forest. So that could have something to do with it. Anyway, Jun. I was painting the other day by the lake near Ferndale. A group of Dredge attacked me and I had to flee. A Dredge, a sly Dredge, if ever there was one, stole my art supplies. Of all things, I don't know what it wanted with them, but they were really expensive. A gift from the Kurzick master who trained with me in the arts. Please, can you retrieve my stolen art supplies? Okay, so this quest isn't, the quest itself isn't that great, but it introduces you to the Dredge, and let's talk to her again. She says, "You are a friend of Kasai. It's a great pleasure to meet you. I know my sister has trouble with confidence, but I'm certain that studying with Master Togo will be good for her." So this is the sister of Kasai. You remember that she was the elementalist student who joined the monastery with us and was a henchman, and whenever you spoke to her she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this." And yeah, that Jun is her sister. So that's one of the big reasons why I wanted to do this quest. But also because of where it takes us to. It takes us to Melandru's Hope. And it's just a nice... I don't like having just sort of wandering around purposelessly. through the forest, and I thought this was quite a nice quest that takes you to the southern areas. Rather than just us sort of, it is fun to go off and just explore and do whatever, but I do like to have, you know, quite a clear reason why we're going from place to place as best I can. So yeah, this quest we're going to go get her art supplies, and it will take us to a new explorable area. So let's go on out. And it's nice to have more interaction with the Dredge, I guess, even if it is just a boss. And last time we skipped this guy. This is called Supply Master Conrad, and his quest takes us on the exact same route, so we might as well do it while we're going there. He says, "Humph, another outsider who wants our help, eh? Well, if you want help from the Kurzicks, you'd better be prepared to help us in return. The Luxons think they can outlast us, but we have enough supplies to last for years to come. Our problem is getting the supplies to those that need them, the troops on the front lines. Those Luxon cowards keep attacking our supply caravans, and I can't spare the guards to fend them off. We need another way to get the supplies to the front, and I'd say you fit the bill. Deliver these supplies to Quartermaster Mikhail, and then we'll talk about what we can offer you in return." A delivery, sure. Okay, so we're going to be carrying this strong box all the way over there. So you think you can help the Kurzicks? You'll have to prove it first. So this, can I drop it, or does it break when I drop it? No, it doesn't break. Okay, yeah, so I'll be carrying this, and this takes us straight, basically, you can see there, that's where we're going. And it's right en route for finding this slide dredge, so why not do it all at once, eh? And this is one of those repeatable quests, like the ones you can get over in the Luxon territory, and that really help you to get a lot of factions. So I'll speed it up. In fact, I'm going to cut it until we get to that temple, because we'll be running past there again. So I'll see you when we're there, everyone. Alright, so we're back here, and Luxons have been jumping out at us. Probably see some soon enough. But yeah, they've been jumping out. They said, an assassin said to us, "Give up, fools, we are everywhere." And then later on, some elementalists jumped me and said, "Thought you could get away, did you?" So they're obviously hot on our trail. We're about halfway, I'd say now. Almost halfway. Going there. So yeah, I'm going to speed it all up again. Holy crap, we just got jumped again. The ranger said, "You cannot defeat all of us." And these guys jumped us while we were fighting the Dredge. Oh, speaking of the Dredge, it just occurred to me. Earlier I said that, earlier, or was it yeah, it was the previous episode. I said that these guys were probably a candidate for a race that could appear as playable in a future expansion for Guild Wars 2. And you might have been wondering sort of, where are the Dredge? What exactly is the status of their race in the second game? And 250 years from now, we've heard that they originate up in the Shiver Peaks, where the Stone Summit are. 250 years from now, they're not being oppressed anymore, and they've actually claimed all of the southernmost portion of the Shiver Peaks. They've actually now been renamed. They're called the Steam Spur Mountains. That's all we know about them. We don't know why they've been renamed yet, but they are renamed to the Steam Spur Mountains. And the Dredge have basically claimed all of that territory as their own. We've seen an in-game map of some stuff going on there, and it looks like there's some really cool stuff going on. But yeah, we really don't understand very much about it. But the Dredge definitely have stood up and decided that they want their own place. And yeah, they sort of rule the southernmost part of the Shiver Peak Mountains, with the Norn in the more northern section. So yeah, a lot more about the Dredge to learn. There's just some really cool places there, like the Crucible of Eternity. Wow, more Luxons. The Necromancer said, "Give us the supplies and we might let you live." Yeah, how about I let you die? Yeah, so, and there's some cool places like the Crucible of Eternity, which apparently the third book was meant to be about, but that's changed now, so. But yeah, so that's a little bit about the Dredge 250 years from now. Alright, okay, so a bunch of wardens just dropped down there. That bit was so hard. There was an Oni spawn, a hidden spawn of wardens, and a group of Luxons. Oh my god, even more Luxons. No, you will never get the supplies, you'll never get them. Stop them before they reach the front lines. Ah, I'm so close. No. No, 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 no. Let me go, let me go. Ah, I hate snares. Yes. Oh, no, 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 that's not even the right guy. Here's the guy, here's the guy. Mikhail, help me. Alright, my team's over there. They're probably getting destroyed because they're fighting wardens and Luxons. It's cool, we've got to Mikhail. Alright, you have proven your worth, Outlander. Kurzicks are in your debt. Okay, cool. Thank you, Devona. Alright, and let's come through here. This is called the Lutgardis Conservatory. And this is on our way to Melandru's Hope. You remember that there are different houses, different Kurzick houses. This is where one of those houses reside. They've got a count here who we can speak to. So this is Duke Holt Lutgardis. You speak to me in words, but words are not true speech. The only true speech is music. There is power in melody, strength in harmony, and true clarity to be found in discordance. Even so, I have learned to tolerate the guttural sounds of the base common tongue. Speak, and I will answer in a way to which you are accustomed. So he's got a quest to do with him, which we won't be doing for quite a long time, let me tell you. I might as well mention it now. You guys might be expecting me to do a quest called the Beak of Darkness. For anyone who's played the game and might know what that quest is. The Beak of Darkness. And yes, that's a very, very cool quest. And especially to do with the creature you meet there. And I know it's a very famous kind of quest. But I will be doing it, but not just now. I don't think it's very important to the Kurzicks and sort of the story that we're in right now. And I just want to keep the ball rolling. There is a place in Nightfall where that quest is kind of relevant. So when we get to there, or maybe even Eye of the North, when we've learned a little bit more about Zoe, I'll then go and do that quest. So yeah, just bear with me. I will do it eventually, though. Yeah, and sorry if that sounded cryptic to anyone, but yeah. Okay, so Lutgardis Conservatory. Previously known as the Cypress Hollow, the Lutgardis House decided to build its cathedral and homes here after the house founder, Lord Rolf Lutgardis, came to this spot seeking guidance from the gods. According to legend, Lord Lutgardis was deep in prayer when a tree weighed heavily down by its petrified limbs finally gave way and crashed into the forest floor. It missed the Lord by mere inches, and was immediately declared a sign from the gods that this was a blessed place to all members of House Lutgardis. So, the Kurzicks like to think they're very in tune with the gods, but to me this just sounds like a tree fell down and they decided to take it as a sign. They want to believe that the gods are there and listening, when maybe that wasn't anything important. Up to you guys to decide, really. So anyway, this is Melandru's Hope. Let's go out and let's find this sly Dredge. So this is Melandru's Hope, and this area there's life in the forest. It's just a huge big patch of area where for some reason things have started to come back to life. Lots of grass, lots of ferns, lots of stuff. So the sly Dredge is to the north a bit. Oh, I haven't got the quest selected. Artistic endeavours, there we go, it's up there. So let's go grab it. Let's go find him. Now in the middle of this area you can't see it because it's a little bit misty. But there's a huge lake in the middle, and there's loads and loads of mantid down there. In fact, there's mantid all over the place here. You can see them all around on these hills. So yeah, here we are closer to the lake. And you can see on the small island there, there's a guy called Chika Lotus Lord. He's got a pretty fun elite skill if you're an assassin. It means you double strike lots, which is kind of at odds with the idea of the assassin, which is meant to use skill chains and stuff, but yeah. Alright, so here we are, we're pretty close now. I believe the Dredge... Wait, where is the Dredge? Down here, maybe? Okay, so here we are, lots of Dredge here, but no sly Dredge. Maybe he'll suddenly appear when we get closer? Oh no, there's loads of dragon mosses and plants and stuff. They're gonna fuck me up. Oh no, there's the sly Dredge. If we can just kill the sly Dredge, then we'll probably complete the quest, and even if we wipe here, it doesn't matter. A little bit further up here, you can see that's the Jade Quarry there, which we could have gone to, but since we've already seen it, it doesn't matter. Oh, there we go. So he dropped Jun's art supplies. Let's pick him up and go see Jun. Okay, so Jun says, "Thank you so much. Tell Kasai that I said hello, and remind my sister that I believe in her, even if she doesn't. Please accept some of these fine paints as a token of my gratitude." Okay, so there we go. I'm going to check the time, guys. Hopefully we can do another quest, or maybe we can go to the Altrumm Ruins. Just give me a sec. Okay, so it looks like we've got time to at least start the next quest, which is about Arborstone. You remember this giant cathedral, and what exactly is going on there since we left, and you know, kind of blew half of it up when we triggered its defences when we grabbed the urn. So let's speak to this ranger here, Rutgers Heltzer. "Oh gods, you startled me. For a moment I thought you were a black mower. Don't sneak up on a fellow like that." Okay, so that's the Beak of Darkness that I was talking about. We'll do that later.
Wardens on the march, though. Your earlier heroics inside the cathedral, obviously, enabled us to re-establish our hold on Arborstone, the sacred cathedral of the Heltzers. Within its depths are great stores of magical amber. Unfortunately, as a side effect, the Wardens have been drawn to the area in droves, and our defences have been overrun. My nephew Terrick has been trapped inside. He is a talented stone singer, able to control and construct magical protectors, and I sent him in to summon stone guardians to help fend off the Wardens, but despite his talents I fear that he alone cannot win this fight. Please help Terrick Heltzer and the Heltzer guardians defend Arborstone at all costs. So you can see here he says his nephew is a talented stone singer, and he is able to construct magical protectors. And I think what he's talking about there are the juggernauts. We'll learn a lot more about the stone singers soon enough. I will find your nephew and protect Arborstone. Okay, so let's go back to the ruins of Altrumm and quickly head out. So next episode we'll do this quest, and then we're gonna see what this challenge here at the Altrumm Ruins is like. I don't think it's too great for faction, but since we did the Berea seabed, I only think it's fair. And yeah, and then next episode we will get our 10,000 and we're going to continue with the plot. So see you next time, everyone.